And here we are on my very first Freedom Friday stream. As you can very clearly see, we're going to be playing The Outer Worlds today. If you don't know what The Outer Worlds is, it's probably the best way to explain it is that if you take the people who made Fallout New Vegas, who are also responsible for some of the original Fallout games, and also the Baldur's Gate games, and then basically give them free rein to do whatever they liked, you get The Outer Worlds. I have played through the beginning of this before, but for the sake of it being for the stream, we're going to go from the beginning again, so new game. I completely forgot there was a difficulty setting. Normal. Yes, I've already chosen those options. Now, as this is a story-based game, somewhat, I don't know how well it's going to go on stream, but yeah, we'll see. Also, I've reduced the volume on certain things, so if anything in the game sounds too quiet or still too loud, let me know and I'll adjust it again, but it should be okay, I hope. Sounds very cyberpunk. Hope to be left to the edge of the colony. Well, there's a... well... hello! And finally, Stream Elements actually catches up with what I'm doing. Oh, I realise why I love this game. Happy morning to you too. Phineas Vernon Wells. Oh, there's a lot of pods.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Hello, Moto. Yes, cheering indeed. Right. Attributes. Right, we're going to want some really good gun skills. I'm going to want good perception as well. Charm, temperament.
I bet you could thaw yourself with sheer rage.
I bet you could thaw yourself with sheer rage. That sounds about right. A bit more to the perception. Actually, I'll do that. So if it stays average. No, temperament's a bit strange. There we go. That sounds about right. Good strength, very high dexterity, good intelligence, high perception, average charm, and below average temperament. I'm an angry shooter thing. Points available. Ranged, definitely.
We'll put those marksmanship scores to good use.
And go with dialogue. Because, you know,
Ever captured, I'll let you do the talking.
Talk my way into and out of things, and if that doesn't work, shotgun time. Aptitude. Oh, yes. Infatuation, block +1, persuade +1, shock damage received, engineering, dodge, dodge, factory worker, conveyor operator. Safety and efficiency don't always go hand in hand, which is why so many of your co-workers at the factory were amputees. You survived the trenches of the assembly line long enough to know when a hydraulic press just wants to pancake some fingers. Thankfully, you managed to keep all of yours. Sounds fitting.
Must have had a vivid imagination.
Appearance. Gender, yeah, I always go with female. Head, that seems fine. To be honest, we're going to go with something very, very generic, if we, well, not necessarily generic, but quite easy, so we're not going to be spending years and years. Exactly, Kelly. this can eat up a lot of time, so I'm going to go with something that will just suit the stream, because when I played previously, I didn't actually find any way to see what you look like outside of the game. So yeah, that'll do me. That'll be fun. Name, go to my default Chinya. Next, summary. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Next, accept. But yeah, I could easily spend the entire stream on customization if I wanted. Which makes for a very bad stream if it's going to be 2 hours of just customization.
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Hop, skip, and then jump. Terra 2, orbiting laboratory.
Shit.
The status report. The status report's going on, listing everything wrong, but Phineas only has one word to summarize everything.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Is something wrong? Not to worry.
Explosive cell death. Wait, is something wrong?
I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see. Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now,
So can't I just turn you in?
inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. It'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
Can barely hear the dialogue. Okay, Kelly, let's see if we can do something about that. As soon as I regain control, I will increase the dialogue volume. In fact, actually, it's probably better if I just put all the settings up to maximum sound-wise, and we'll go from there, because everything's about 70% at the moment, so it's possible that this is just a fairly quiet game.
Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now,
There we are. Settings. Audio. That's all back up to maximum.
Oh, yes, the smuggler.
There we go.
His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak.
It's my
Not to worry.
hands.
I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure.
Sounds like Han
I've also
Solo.
outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor.
Good, I'm glad it's better for you, Gally.
I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All of the colonists are counting on you.
No pressure. Is anyone else getting slight Bioshock vibes from that as well? I'm in a steel container, you know, hurtling towards where I'm supposed to be. With very little idea of what's going on. It's very Bioshocky. Yes. Would you kindly save the world?
Ah, you've landed good. Hawthorne should be close by.
Yeah.
Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Well, we've barely started and we've already got our first kill.
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squash thing.
Yes, I'm finally awake. This is a very, very pretty and colourful game, by the way. Used to go underneath obstacles and sneak. Oh, I can sprint if I need to. One thing that does is very off-putting is that if you notice where the aiming tool is, or the aiming dot, it is below midpoint, so it's really, really off-putting. Use tall grass, rocks, or other cover to hide from enemies. Use to sneak past them, because those things don't look friendly. Sneak. Those things look so strange. Well, again, you know, aliens. Yes, a couple of puppies.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. Bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Unforeseen side effects to being frozen for a while. Ow. You have low health. Use the emergency medical inhaler to heal. Oh,
hey,
it's a
you,
dude.
Come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
What's happened to you?
Patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life.
Exactly, Emoto. Game logic.
Off the exit with those canisters.
You're hiding in a cave and you've blocked off the exit, you're as good as dead. Yep.
Spacer's Choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead, I'm
he's not
contractually
wrong.
obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
So, if I persuade, I've got a better idea. Give me your gun, I'll go get some help. Lie? Someone grabbed their ship illegally, I'll hunt them down for you. Intimidate? You're an idiot. Give me your gun before you get yourself killed. I'm going to go with intimidate, because it's just fitting.
Yeah, you sound a lot like my lieutenant. Here, hope this gun serves you better than it did me. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all.
Oh,
All
yeah.
Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest.
They are now
Spacer's choice.
30% less likely to
Yes,
malfunction.
now
Oh. I'm off. Leave conversation. This thing does look very... Yoink. Yoink. Get away. I'll loot things. Yoink. Dehydrated water tablets. You know, for instant water, just add water, I suppose? Oh. This game already amuses me to no end. Pre-sliced bread.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
I can't understand why the popularity of this would die out so quickly. It's a really good game. H2O without H2O, yeah. Tactical time dilation. This game's answer to the VAT system. There's enemies down there. Oh look. Okay. Well, I guess he's a bit harmless now. I can't understand why a good game like this, made by veteran RPG developers, the popularity dies within months, and Fallout 76 and 4 are still popular, made by people who don't know what they're doing. Yes, Moto, that's better. He's unarmed. Oh, I'll take that. Magic picks up health, saving you. I heavily disagree with that. Fallout 4 is not amazing. I couldn't stand getting past. Well, I think I played a few hours of it and then just meh. Not my kind of game. I don't know what it was that Bethesda did to it to make it so awful for me, but I don't know. I think it's also just the fact that I really don't like Bethesda, and I don't feel they can really make games that are worth remembering. I mean, I'm also of the fact that Skyrim is not as good as people say it is, but again, that's down to a matter of opinion. I'm sorry, get myself killed. How many people have you killed in the past 5 minutes? It's going to be less than me.
Don't know where
I
you
know
came
that.
from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Call on that run.
Landing violators worse than marauders.
Without using an official
Okay.
Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
So I heard. I found one of your teammates holed up in a cave. Yeah.
Really? How is he?
Still a moron. I'm hoping you're a little brighter. Yeah.
Of course I am. I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it?
Sort of, yeah.
Just you watch. I'll cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know.
Well, that might be, Tom, and you know, I respect the fact that, you know, Skyrim is still a really popular game and a lot of people still get enjoyment of it, but I played it enough to get all the achievements for it and put it down and then never touch it again and have no inclination to do so again either. am not a fan of Skyrim or anything Bethesda puts out, really. Intimidate 5. Guess I'll have to give you a 0 on my customer satisfaction survey. Yeah.
Seriously? But those marauders will...
I love the intimidate path.
You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
The emphasis of the report is going to be laminated. I own Rage 2, but I haven't played it yet. No. I was of the impression that Rage was made by id Software, not Bethesda. Because the original was definitely id Software, which, you know, was why it was quite good.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
The unreliable. Oh, love it. Doink. I'm sorry. No valuable plunder. There's an assault rifle there.
Please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
I mean, yeah. It's developed by id Software, published by Bethesda. Yeah, so Bethesda... That's not being made by Bethesda. That's being popularized and funded by Bethesda. Rage being made by id Software is why it's good. But Fallout 4 and 3 and Skyrim series were made by Bethesda, and I don't like what they do with their games. And considering that Bethesda are the other reason why Obsidian nearly went completely out of business a few years ago after New Vegas went out, because they basically underpaid them for a small technicality. Don't like their business practices either. Anyway, let's have a look at... Yeah, weapon management, doesn't matter. Where's that SR rifle? Okay, do that. Then switch to that. I'll probably don't want to keep hold of both anyway.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors.
Oh yeah, very true, Tom. Like, it's the nature of opinions. Everyone has different opinions based on games, and I've noticed that I tend to have the minority view as it so happens. For example, as discussed already, I'm not a fan of Skyrim. I'm also not a fan of the Halo series. Well, I like the first one, but that was it. Afterwards, they got quite stale. What are you going to do? Self-destruct? Yeah.
Procedures initiated. Please engage in airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You realise we're on the ground, right?
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
This is Hawthorne ship.
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Your captain's a red smear onto my escape pod.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed
Somewhat
to take
brutal,
orders
honestly.
exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
I mean, that's a bit of a loop in logic, but I suppose.
Well done,
Yeah.
Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Agreed, Emoto. Seriously, this.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Yeah, I got it.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator.
Oh,
Try to stay
so
alive this time.
ship's AI is very delusional. Well, mate, got me to level 2 at least. Ah, I've been promoted to level up. Points available. Put those into ranged. Bit more into dialogue, and let's put some into attack. Oh, apply. Yeah, that's Space's Choice, Callie. At least as far as I understand it, that's Space's Choice's mascot. So you should be seeing quite a lot of him. You've unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hitting enemies in different locations during TD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Unlocks a dialogue combat skill. When attacking the correct type of targets, they are automatically debilitated. Nice. Look at perks. Perk section. You get a new perk point to spend every 2 levels. You can definitely tell the people who made Fallout did this. Right. Extra health. Ooh, longer time dilation. Extra damage when I'm on my own. Better walk speed, better sprint speed. They're not slow, you're just fast. Less durability loss, better crit chance for companions, better base armor rating, better stuff in stores, more carrying capacity, faster time dilation recharge rate, fast travelling when encumbered, more XP from companion kills, and less under prices. Let's just go with the basic, increased base health. There we go. Leveled up. Her posture is terrible. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, to be fair, she has just come out of being asleep for 70 years, so she's probably still a little groggy.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Well, my weapons armor is broken. I have no mods. Oh, okay. Repair. Assault shotgun. I do not have enough. Breakdown. Breakdown to do. There we go. I've got enough weapon parts to repair the shotgun now. Repaired. Oh, that's another pistol I can break down. There we go. And let's just equip this. And shall we also equip... let's equip a melee weapon just in case. Fine. Slightly unrealistic climbing animation, but who's keeping track?
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
It looks like a sewing machine. That really does look like a sewing machine. And I've already looked up, and it's...
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a
It does
replacement
sound
regulator has been
similar,
properly
but
installed.
Ada is not voiced by the same person who does GLaDOS. I mean, I thought she sounded similar, but it could just be, you know, female,
Due to
slightly
catastrophic
malevolent
power
AI.
failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
All doors remain on security lockdown, fine. I'll just raid the fridges. I mean, I suppose this is all mine now, so I can raid whatever I like. Great.
These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
That's creepy. Oh well, back out into the wastes.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
You got it all wrong. I'm a Starship Safety Inspector. Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector
She
coming.
fell for it as well.
I'd like to speak with my manager. I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Take care. Oh, wow. Local law enforcement. Gullible. A sprint function that does not have a duration bar. Oh, I'm a fan of this gun already. Plot twist, Alex was a player who tried to form a relationship with Ada. You know, I wouldn't put it past the maker of this game for that to actually be the case. So in that case, we did Ada a favour by crushing Alex with our escape pod, which was totally on purpose, but not on purpose, depending on how you look at it. Well, I think that's our first town. You know, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing that's a settlement. Oh, and there's a... I had never noticed that. I've never noticed that the gravestones in this are just small gates. Epitaph pending calculation. Ah. I mean, I can see why you think it looks like Moscow, because the towers, the different coloured towers, have got slight domes to the roof. So yeah.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
I came from up. Hello, Monica.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend.
That's where I just came from. How do you know I'm not a marauder?
You talk too pretty for a Marauder. Most of them run and yell. Ain't safe out here.
You might as well have just said you sure got a pretty mouth.
High walls and low prices.
Is that why you got a pair of armed guards?
And being vigilant. Don't want to get blindsided by some corpse-chewing marauder come stalking out the shadows.
You're telling me there's cannibals out there?
Oh, worse. unemployed cannibals. You ever seen a marauder hold down a job? Put a stake into society?
What's worse than a cannibal? An unemployed cannibal. Yes, because cannibals are known for their ability to hold down a job. Ah. If you got a mortar problem, I could take care of it. I mean, I have bullets.
Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger.
By the finger? I'm sorry. Pays for them by the finger. Does that mean that I could technically kill a marauder, chop 8 of his fingers off, and get the bounty for 8 marauders, even though I only killed 1? Because that's pretty much what that sounds like to me. Ah, that'd be your name.
Just to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses.
Sounds too much like apprenticeship.
You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Junior in humor is not a job title that's supposed to rhyme, but it does. Ah! I've got to ask him about that.
Hey, I earned that fancy title. Started off a lowly junior gravesite builder, then junior interment engineer. Oh, and I was a junior burial assistant for a time.
Okay, yeah, fair. Fair enough, we'll work with that. Oh, I can put my weapon away. Even though the guards didn't seem too bothered about me having it out and waving around, so, you know. They're less fussy around these parts, apparently. Early retirement. Do you want to end your years in luxury and comfort? Do you dream of walking beneath the vaulted arches of Byzantium? Early retirement is finally here. Early retirement is your ticket to Byzantium. Early retirement is Chairman Rockwell and Minister Clark's gift to you. Selection for the early retirement process is by lottery. Winners enjoy an all-expense-paid trip to the new life in Byzantium, the Jewel of Halcyon. That's already sounds like a scam. Oh. There's a lot of spades and shovels here. Dear reader, your subscription to the Inhumans Association newsletter has expired. We'd like to invite you to renew your subscription. Act now, we're throwing a copy of our newest publication, Shovels, Gazette and Quarterly. Edgewater Cemetery is the property of the Spacer's Choice Company. The Spacer's Choice family takes care of its own from the cradle to the grave. Gravesite plots and headstones are provided by Spacer's Choice at an affordable rate. Comfortable, spacious plots. Comfortable! Custom engraved headstones and monograms. Complimentary eulogy courtesy of the Audio Scientific Inquiry. Let your spirit rest in the privacy of a Spacer's Choice brand gravesite. in the maximum amount of comfort as well, because what you really need for a gravesite is for it to be comfortable. Barrel invoice. Password required. Hack. Name Theodore Granger. Cause of inspiration industrial accident. Burial site successful intern at gravesite 13F. Paid and accounted gravesite fees. In Inhuman's addendum, Teddy's corpse was missing a hand. Deducted 5 bits from gravesite fee because I'm a kindly fellow. Yes. Okay. Oh, that's a... I mean, yes, I could open it with a lockpick, but it uses most of my mag picks, and I won't be able to take it in there without losing whatever karma it goes for in this game. And, you know, I may kill people with guns, and I may intimidate and be nasty and rude to people, but I'm not going to steal from them. I have some morals. Some. Not many, and they don't make sense, but I have some morals. Another pretty postcards whilst we're going through a loading screen. Ah. As soon as I say loading screen, it's gone. It's almost like the game heard me and said, "Oh no, we're taking too long to load. Quick, throw them into the game." Ah, well. 7. Anna, your mother passed away from plague. She wasn't chosen to receive medical treatment and failed to recover on her own. I found a site near the ocean to bury her. I know it's company policy to have her buried in the graveyard, but I just can't afford the fees. I'm heading out after dark to put her to rest, say my final goodbyes and all. I know it's dangerous to go out alone at night, but I have to chance it. If you're reading this, I want you to know that your mother was a good person. Don't blame her for what happened. She worked as hard as she could, just wasn't hard enough in the end. Love, Dad. Oh, this is already 7 different flavours of dystopian. Is it the general store? It is the general store. I mean, Dad could steal them right in front of him, but he might have an issue with that. That's a cash register. Oh, let's talk.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
Oh, let me see what he's
Music
selling.
to my ears.
Oh. Cool. Right, stuff to sell. Don't really want to be selling ammo. Pretty sure it's not going to let me sell things I have equipped, so be fine selling those. Algae lager. Skin tough salve. Yeah. Oh, I've got some money now. Let's see what's here. Light assault rifle, light machine gun. Pistol, revolver. Yeah, there's a bit of fancy armor stuff. I think I'm good for now. Although I should probably look to see. Aramid ballistics will keep your skin intact. Should hope so. Equip the armor. Codex entry. I'm not going to look through the codex entries. Expect me to read things? No.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna...
Just keep working. Work fortifies the spirit. That's one way of putting it. Oh, it has music. Oh, it truly is dystopian.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson, I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's
I
Choice
don't like
Code.
this guy already.
My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost
Don't like
Administrator.
him.
I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Oh, I'll put a uniform of bullets in your face.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Frying myself. Let me guess, you want me to do something for you before you'll help me. It's almost like I understand video game logic.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Mostly abandoned. It's just like, you know, Hitchhiker's Guide's definition of planet Earth after it's been revived. Mostly harmless.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Squatters. You mean marauders? Marauders aren't people. Ah!
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their...
I'm glad he clarified that he meant former workers with deserters, because I was thinking, wait, the people who live in botanical labs are obsessed with desserts. I judge by the head. Now, tell me what I need to do.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
This guy who seems a bit of an arse, like, is trusting me as soon as he's met me. Alright.
I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Hairpins and engine tape.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Companions. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance my skills. They increase my carrying capacity. I can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Can we ship them? Yes, Emoto. Yes, we can definitely ship these two. Oh, more music.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry.
I literally just walked out of the head.
Sorry.
Yes, her posture is better than mine.
You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
If I wanted to deal with nuance, I wouldn't be this heavily armed. Oh, let's talk to her.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Oh, I can't blame anyone.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson is aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
As long as his surname isn't something like information or power. Because I don't want to be talking to Max Information. Well, we find him.
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, man. I just think when you gotta make a
only
decision
clean
that'll
thing in
hurt
town
somebody,
is the mission.
it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Oh. So I have an objective marker over that way to the botanical lab. Objective marker over this way to the mission. Or to Vicar Max. Maximum Vicarage. It's gonna tickle me.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
I agree. I mean, to be fair, anything in a religious setting puts me slightly unease. I don't know why, it just does. Oh, yoink. I say yoink, but there's no steal prompt, so, you know, technically I'm not losing karma by doing any of this.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Ah, game pathfinding. She just walks into the bench before she turns around and walks off.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar
do you see that awful dirty smirk he's got?
And Ms. Holcomb as well.
Oh, I don't like him immediately.
And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
How do you know on that side?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts.
I mean, he's true
Also,
on that one.
You lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here. Except for Ms. Holcomb, who, for some reason, doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Is it just me, or if you look very closely at her eyes, and also Max's eyes, do the pupils look very slightly diamond-shaped? It's been bugging me the whole time that I've been speaking to her. Maybe it's because you're so dismissive, quite inappropriate for a vicar, isn't it? Sass.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Well, they don't have much else to do. Yes, Amo, that's exactly what she needs. Isn't it your job to raise that?
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Oh, a minute. Did you just refer to this planet town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
Ah, yeah.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
They all say the same thing, technically.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife.
Yeah.
I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Aww. Let's talk about her. That's not nice. So what do you
Assuming
advise?
your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
I mean, you're not wrong. Just talk everyone to coming together. I'll keep that in mind. Slightly sassier to ask if that's even possible. Parvati. Jinya and Parvati together meets Parvati. Well, Emoto, it looks like you've got your next fiction sorted.
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I've been outside. I'm not impressed. I can handle myself better than a vicar. Oh, the levels of sass on my character, if I say that. Yeah, I'm saying it.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
This guy's making it sound like it's an adult book. He really is. Just his tone of voice, the look on his face, and just everything about the way he's talking about it makes it sound like it's for adults only. Especially when he refers to it as being heretical. I assume you want to burn it once you get your hands on it. But no, let's ask why.
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
It still sounds like it's the same thing. Yeah, that works for me, Emoto. Tough girl, keeping a pure-hearted worker girlfriend safe from the world. Meanwhile, the worker girl brings softness and hope back into the tough girl's heart. Yes. And somehow the tough girl manages to be incredibly sassy towards everyone else that she meets. Seems to me the authorities would be interested to hear of this contraband text. Maybe I'll get your book and sell it to someone else. No, I need to know a bit more.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your
Handwritten
map.
journal? How can a
Assuming
handwritten
you're
journal be
serious?
heretical?
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I mean, whether I agree with him or not, it's going to be XP at the end of the day. So, you know. Well, that's the closest exit. However, it's not the closest exit to get me where I need to go. That much I do know. Oh, yeah, there's also I need to talk to... I need to find...
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Oh, the sheriff type person. What's the maintenance division? That can be the maintenance division. Constable, that seems about right.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
I mean, it's a police lockup. Of course it's scary. Steel Spacer's Corona. I'm sorry. Is that a link to real-world events?
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with your promotion, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Yep, that's fine. I'll be off now. Bounty records. William Antrim, former mechanic, terminated from position. Execution, effective immediately. Some of you may remember Gil from his days in Cannery. Please be advised that Spacer's Choice no longer recognises Mr. Antrim as a member of its valued family. Spacer's Choice advises its workers in good standing to remain in good standing by disabusing itself of any sympathy, allegiance, or memory towards Mr. Antrim. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. I think that's intentional, Emoto. It's meant to be very much the whole thing of where everything is corporation focused. So what would happen if, if corporations did in fact rule everything more than politicians? Which is a very scary thought. Doc Mabel Burgess. Space's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination Investigations, Field Writ of Execution, effective immediately. Doc Mabel is wanted for 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each parcel of stolen Adrena time, and 1 for depriving the outpost of its official position. So one of this person's offences is essentially depriving the colony of themselves. Oh, that's a big one. Bertie Cotton, former vicar. Former vicar, so now we know how Max got his job. The Space's Choice Department has filled a writ effective immediately. The Order of Scientific Inquiry has declined a response. Vicar Cotton's sermons are considered defunct and obsolete. Space's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of Zero G brew and ale that's good for what ails you. Space's Choice recommends you get so drunk you can't remember the previous sermons. I love it. There's no problem that a good dose of alcohol won't cure, apparently. Wonderful. Transition to Emerald Vale region. Saltuna Cannery, the only source of protein a busy worker needs. I am not even going to comment on proteins. I'm really not, because, the marauders are out there, and eating people is a source of protein. Because, maybe some people view them as unemployed cannibals, but I'm sure they identify themselves as self-employed cannibals. Oh, I wouldn't like to fill out that tax return. But it's okay, Emoto. Parvati are on the case, and we're going to go and put a stop to them. We're going to introduce a completely different type of nutrition to their meals. And they are going to be dining on excess lead rather than flesh. Ah!
Incoming! Down they go!
Whoa, what the... I'm not at all sure what to make of what just happened. Oh, a vending machine. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows me to sell items to the vending machine. Yeah, I was thinking gremlins. Yeah. Oh, I can't be sold. I can't sell because I don't have high enough hack skill. Nah. Criminal activities. Avoid B, see if I want to engage in these activities without consequences. But I'm not stealing. Oh, I just picked up a cigarette lighter. So, you know, what's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo? One is really heavy and the other is a little lighter. More dehydrated water tablets. Oh, I can't hack it. I was waiting for that kind of reaction emote. Obligatory evil laugh after puns. There's an awful lot of nicely coloured paper in here. Oh, bypass shunt. Oh, that almost sounds rude.
Dang, that's impressive.
Thank you. I just hacked something and that's impressive apparently. I'm up here now as well. Oh, I can get over to the next building if I just run and jump. Okay, so that jumping looked a lot jankier than it actually should have been. Parvati cheating on her girlfriend. That way. Back down we go. It's probably a good idea to actually have a look at the map now. Edgewater Cemetery, my landing site. There. Well, that's an active quest. Journal. Side quest. Fistful of Digits. Oh. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so that's over there. That's not too far away. Fistful of Digits. That's there, there, and there. Okay, let's go for the illustrated manual. 200 meters over that way. Already infinitely more colourful than Dark Souls 3 was. And in some ways, a lot more levels of WTF. Just, you know, different reasons. Oh, these ones aren't hostile. And much less yikes so far. So far, Emoto. That could always change. Oh. Think. My tendency to say yoink when I take things is the reason why I've been told that I shouldn't be a thief. Because when I was playing the thief game, every time I took something, I said out loud yoink. When I told this to a friend of mine, I say, please don't ever be a thief in real life. I kind of agree. Combat drone. Oh yay. Another combat drone. Ooh, I want to get to this box. Did Parvati just tell me to shush? I think that just might have been her shushing herself. I don't know. Either way, it was kind of cute. Because one of the times when you go into stealth mode, she whispers and says, inside voices. Look. She is quite preciously sweet. Frozen dinner. Tarmac and cheese. Oh, now I really want mac and cheese. Oh, I want, you know, proper American, South American mac and cheese. The stuff that you're mildly certain is going to give you a heart attack by eating it, but it tastes so good you can't resist. Just, you know, damaged mechanical sentry. Well, it's not attacking me, so yeah, I'm not going to be too worried. More weapon parts. Oh, I can talk to it.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that.
That could be a problem with the connection on your end or some other reason. Is anyone else having an issue with how my voice is coming through? Yeah. Go ahead, Parvati. Go fix it.
I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just got to give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go.
She's for you, Kelly.
Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's choice.
Emoto, try refreshing. It might fix the issue.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
That's annoying. Parvati, why did you name them mechanical?
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard.
I hate the word cereal or something.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Be more careful out there,
She's so
Jeremy.
precious. Aww, she just told the robot to be careful. What's not to like about her? More Adreno, a model spaceship. I'm going to take some health. Welcome back, Emoto. You briefly missed Parvati being sweet and naming the robot and then telling him to take care. Look at her stuff. Companion ledger. I'm sorry, she has a what now? That's a plasma rifle. That's okay. That's. Why does she have two pistols? Or is that my inventory? No, it's my inventory. It's fine. I don't know where I got a plasma rifle from, though, if I'm honest. Heavy, light. Light. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Nice one of shotgun. A stabby stick. And a pistol. Right, now, let's go back into investigating the collector's domicile. It's a fancy word for saying objective marker. Ooh. Loot. Corporation Service Award. Through the multicolored wasteland we go. It's not even that much of a wasteland. There's some pretty rocks over there. Ooh, there's a thing there. No idea what that is. Oh, we have enemies. Or
Here we go. Nice one.
She's just going ham on them. She's just got no fear, just charged in there. Yes, level 3 now. And awesome, shy engineer girlfriend is showing that she really can pack a punch. Where's my hack skill? Oh, my hack skill is really low. Let's put another 5 points into ranged. 2 into defense. Put a couple more into dialogue and put 1 to stealth because lockpick seems to be handy at the moment. And apply. Yep. Do you have anything at all? Parvati, you're under instructions not to be too adorable while Emoto's away. Trip blade. We also should heal. Anything I can actually do about that? Oh, junk. Quest items, general items, modifications. I need to have higher medical skill to unlock that. Okay. Oh. I'll eat some meat. Trip blade, 60 DPS versus 673 DPS. Assault rifle, 215 versus my 180. I'm going to be using this instead. Okay, slight annoying thing that you can't just outright swap what you're holding. Oh, that's a nice looking assault rifle. Very sleek. And a hunting rifle. Oh, I'm gonna like the hunting rifle. Bolter pistol. Right. So let's have a look at these. Bolter pistol. Oh, that's a very powerful thing. And ooh, hunting rifle. So we'll get rid of that. Put the bolter pistol in its place, and then. Put coffee as one of the life essentials, Emoto. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be insanely helpful having that. Still have my stabby stab, and then a plasma damage pistol, which does a huge amount of damage. Always the problem I find with having coffee, like, because, you know, at first, yay, coffee, and then, oh, I want to be asleep. Hence the reason why I tend to be up at 4 or 5 in the morning, because coffee happened, and it probably shouldn't have happened. Oh, away, okay. I mean, to be fair, they both apply. Tossable card. Terminal. Personal terminal. Clement Eldridge. It depends on the amount of it for me, with regards to caffeine. Like, quite a lot of the time I will have 1 cup of coffee and then I'll feel really tired and could easily go to sleep on it. I drink more and then I slowly get more awake. But if I drink something that's like, when I lived in Manchester I used to drink a coffee called Rocket Fuel, which was coffee with like basically energy drink ingredients in this as well. That kept me awake. Clement, I find I must agree with your theories about the Earth's Director's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they've opened for us, I believe Halcyon and all other colonies on the rim of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war among themselves if the Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputes. Do you think the corporations would accept the mandated inclusion of an Earth Minister if they had a choice in the matter? I mean, probably. Jefferson, of course I never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and independent spirit among which the humankind truly thrives is to be found out there among the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about the history though. The discovery of the skip drive was not what gave the Earth Directorate power over the corporations. The high cost of the Great War left them in a weakened state, and the skip drive was simply the extra leverage the Directorate needed to return to power. Same Emoto. Caffeine addict with high caffeine tolerance. It's just, yeah. I mean, yeah, there are ways of getting around it, like, you know, going cold turkey for a certain amount of time and then going back to it. That has helped me before, but being away from caffeine for too long is very much no thanks. Would not recommend. Examine. Collector's letter. I just got a letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater Cannery, effectively immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community centre, selling rare memorabilia, but scripture tells us all that the things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit and all. As for my book collection, I can't bear to part with it. Don't want those books mouldering in some contraband locker, so I stashed them away in a cave over by the river. Cool. So it's in a cave. Withdrawals. No thank you. Nah, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you. I think the last time I went cold turkey off coffee and all sugary drinks, I don't think I was at the stage where I would have gotten withdrawals, so I was kind of okay. It just, you know, it was more the bad part of it was I want to drink something. I usually go to coffee, but I'm not drinking coffee at the moment. What can I drink? And water just didn't seem appealing or appetizing. Oh, well, so there's a sneaky way of getting into there without gunning through all the marauders. So, you know, the gate. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you heard that, but Parvati just made the most adorable noise when she fell down about a foot. Well, at least the game is showing you that there are multiple approaches to each and every situation. I just happen to pick the one that involves throwing bullets at people. Oh, yeah, then in which case I do not recommend you go through that, Emoto. I know, isn't she? She is just so adorable. She's adorable, but she's also vicious, because during that fight she pulled out a stun baton and went to town on the marauders. I was watching that and I thought, oh, remind me not to get on her bad side. I really do wish I could find somewhere that I could sell some of this stuff, though. Disarm waifu before marriage quarrels. Yeah. I mean, in most cases, that would warrant, like, you know, disarm waifu first with a wonderful kiss. But no, I think in this case it's a little bit more on the literal side. Okay, I really need to go and find somewhere to sell this stuff because I do not have an appropriate hack skill to do any of this. As well. And yes, what I just picked up off the floor was a mock apple. So yeah, not quite like a normal apple, but it was mocking it. She cheers me on as well. Right. I gotten some suits of armor now, so I should probably look into equipping one of those at least. So I've currently got 5 armor on my chest. So that's the best one for me. And I immediately look better. I'm not walking around in just a hibernation suit. Although I do have a front flap. I mean, the other choices were... Oh, that's actually a helmet. I'll put the helmet on then. I mean, that's the other choice. Actually, looks kind of cool. But no, I'll go with the higher amount of armor because I need the damage resistance. Because I don't have much of it. Right, so where are we going map-wise? Oh, just slightly ahead. Okay. Ooh, a crash site. Transport wreckage discovered. I mean, how could I not discover it? It's quite large. Aha. We're at the cave. The illustrated manual. Ooh, there's an enemy. Oh, there's 2 of them. There's 3 of them now. Oh, what's that? There's a trap. River hideout discovered. Bathed together. Oh, mine. Oh, take that.
You're fast.
I'm fast, but I'm not that fast. Not in that way. Pick up mag picks. Tarmac and cheese. Also an option in the Moto, yes. All I'm seeing now is just more writing prompts for you. Okay, so that one's finished, so we can go and... Let's continue on a fistful of digits, shall we? Oh! Oh, that's a big thing! Nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'm not that daring. Really, I'm not that daring. Back the way we came. Go out this way. The much more to say. Oh, those things don't look nice. Look at that. Look at the size and shape of that thing. Its muscles have muscles, and its mouth is perpetually open. Ooh. Don't tangle with anything that's got more teeth than the entire Osmond family. Oh, geothermal power plant. Leather, but that's a very... That snake is either just eaten or is heavily mutated. Also, the only way of getting to that camp that I want to go to seems to be going through those things. But, so what we'll do is we're going to save the game and then tangle with them. For some reason it doesn't like broadcasting when I'm in the save thing. Right, okay, so sniper around him. Oh, that really did not do much damage. Oh, she's just going right in there again. I'll protect you, engineer waifu. Well, that worked. Surprisingly well. Primal hide. Huh. Well, I wasn't expecting to... Primal brain. Ew. Also, she... Actually, to be fair, I can make her less reckless. Oh, wait. Get her a helmet. Does she? No, I don't have any better armor for her, but I do have a better helmet. Mode. Oh, I don't like there's only 3 modes. The companion always engages in attacks when the player enters combat, which is what I want. Once told to attack a target, the companion continues to fight until combat is over. I don't really want that. Or only attacks targets the companion has been explicitly told to. I really don't want that. So, well, she's going to stay at that, and we'll just hope that she doesn't die. Oh, no, it's not a rainbow, but it looks like it's the asteroid belt ring of this planet, and that over there as well. It's just pretty. Oh, flying thing. Exactly. Parvati, think of your waifu. What would she do without your adorable noises and cheering? This is very true. Think of the waifu. Aha. Mr. Cotton. That's Mr. Cotton. Oh, in the head. Oh, that was a one-shot kill as well. Well. Oh, now they've heard me. I mean, yeah, it only took me taking out 3 of them for them to realise where I am. Oh, she's got a hammer! She's actually got a huge hammer. That's my girl. Well, this guy wasn't that hard to find and take down. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I did sneak up on him and I took his head off. Ha! And there is his finger. Ew. Gross, 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 gross. Ammo, mag pick. More apple juice. Oh, okay.
Here we go.
That's right, you hide behind that tree stump. And then come out again. Oh! Oh, that shot him in a very delicate place. Oh. Not happy about where I shot him there, but then again, I'll blame him for being a marauder. Strangely enough, I didn't take his head off when I shot him in the head. Just, you know, the main guy of this camp. No, that's true, Emoto. It's not as bad as the at the stabs in the butt in Dark Souls, but, you know, all I can say with this one is don't lose your head over the matter, whereas Dark Souls gave the immortal quote of show me thine arse and I shall cleave it in twain. Ooh, that's actually going to need to be picked properly. Aww, if it's for music box, it made a little tune. Yes, I know. About item repair. Inventory. Do I have anything? Books. This music plays the happy cyst pig when its lid is open to consider yourself earwormed. Yeah, honestly, I'm also Emoto. This is a lot more fun than Dark Souls was, so yeah, I definitely prefer this as well. And I was worried that this was going to be a bit too talky to show up to have as a stream game, but it seems to be going quite well. Because yeah, there's talking, but there's also a lot of going around and shooting things in the face, and in other various extremities. Map. What's the geothermal power plant? I don't want to go there yet because I need to go to the botanical lab. So I figure if I go that way, fistful of digits. Wait a minute. Comes down to power. Oh yeah, that definitely works if I take that direction, go to there, and then round up to there. Yeah, that works a lot better. So we will go here. We'll fast travel back to town. Can I fast travel? There we are. Thank you. Fast travel. Auntie Cleo's better than nature. I'm not even going to say what that makes me think of. When your inhaler finishes off a stack of consumables, it will automatically reload itself with another stack of the same type if available. Oh, handy. Right, I only need to go to the general store to sell stuff because I've got a huge amount of stuff.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Got my eye on you, girl.
Not allowed in here, not since the vending machine incident.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
What incident?
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Music to my ears.
Just buy the stuff that I don't want. I've got a 2% discount from him. So, don't need the pistol. Don't need the assault rifle. I'll keep the shotgun. I'll definitely keep the blaster rifle. Might keep the stun baton just in case. A shock cannon. Oh, keeping the shock cannon understood. Oh, the revolver's nice, but it's not as good, so I'll sell it. Yeah. Armor. Some of that. Consumables. Mods. General. Sell junk. There we go. Right, now I need somewhere that has a item modification table. I have no idea where one of those would be. Really don't.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
No. I hate the worry that she said that with. I really do.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Okay, I'll leave you to that. Oh, yay!
This is where the magic happens? Well, science. But it still happens.
Hey now.
Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it, okay. Yeah, huh?
Aww. Oh, this is gonna go down a dark road.
That's on account of how I never met her. It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
What sort of dystopian nightmare future is this? I mean, I want to say it's inhuman, but I also want to do the perception quote. You got along well with your dad, you might not with your mother?
Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
I mentioned something
you mean
earlier.
About the mission being too clean?
In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker. Oh, prepare for the feels hit.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I don't make a habit of imbibing.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
Damn it. Perception, you're very sensitive, aren't you? Aww.
Am I? Well, it's just normal to me. Why isn't everybody else?
She's too precious. She's too precious. Oh, let's just get back to it. Oh my god, she's far too precious. Must protect. Must protect. Yes, modify my assault rifle. Oh, I can change it to a shock weapon. Ah, let's get the... Yes. Let's have a sight on that. Change that. That's all I can really change it with. Fun times barrel. Oh, yes, I will install that. Increase critical damage dealt. No, I don't really want to change the magazine because having a plasma weapon is kind of nice. Shock. Oh, look at that meaty thing. Oh, that's really nice. So it uses energy ammo. Okay, so I've got heavy, energy, and energy. Wonderful. Okay, let's have a look at... Oh, I can't. There's nothing I can modify on hers. You seem to be very... I'll give her a shock weapon. So, you know... She's my shock expert, apparently. Modify armor? Do I have anything to modify it with? I do. Oh, range weapon skills +5. Yes, please. Geovaric scatter. Ooh. Yes, use the scanner. Is there anything I can break down in my inventory? I don't think so, no. I think it needs repairing. The hunting rifle does, yes. Oh, they're only 99%. Doesn't really change much. Drink. She likes plants. Oh, does she ever like plants? And she's got very nice aesthetic taste. Toss ball blocker. I'm not even going to say what that sounds like. Just, you know, lockpick a little contraption. You know? She's waifu. What's hers is mine, and what's mine is hers. Sharing is caring.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
Aww.
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office.
Aww. Do I...
Nice.
Robert Holcomb. Indumati. Aww. Indumati left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Look up and think of me as I'll look up and think of you. Aww. Even her dad was a sweetheart. Robert, they wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you'll raise her with love, perhaps more than I would make time for. You're patient and present in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date that she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July the 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. Aww. I sat up last night reading through the Young Spaces Guide. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorised. I reckon I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. May as well read the whole thing again. Aww. Aww. I know, Gumoto, I'm on the verge of it now as well. Wholesome waifu has wholesome backstory as well.
You like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here.
Now she's asking me if I like flowers. Of course I like flowers. They're pretty.
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
Aww. She's so adorable.
Where are we headed? You mean about the mission being too clean?
Oh, let me talk about her about flowers yet. Oh well. Perhaps she will later. Come on, waifu. Let me be polite and close the door. There we go. Right, now let's get back to the adventuring. Well, I knew waifu's backstory was going to be tragic, but I didn't think it was that bad. Jeez. And that is something I had not seen the previous time I played it. That's a new one on me. I have a minor sad now. I mean, in actual honesty, like, I've been streaming for an hour and 50 minutes, and honestly, it doesn't feel that long. It really doesn't. But I am starting to wonder if this game would be a good thing to keep on streaming, as in, I delay my Doom series playthroughs in favour of continuing with this game as my main streaming game, and then the next Freedom Friday will be open to interpretation. Well, that's a yes vote from Callie in continuing this. And that's a vote from Emoto as well. So yeah, well, I'm enjoying this immensely as well, and oh, hey Major. But yeah, if it sounds good to you as well, then cool. It looks like this is going to be our main streaming game until we finish it or something else happens. I don't mind lurkers at all. If you, however much you want to chat or not, is completely up to you. I wholly appreciate watching it, and I'm glad that people do watch and follow and enjoy themselves in whatever shape that may take. That looks suitably ominous. No, got the. Oh, Gilantrum. Oh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Got it. Inside voices.
She said it. She said, got it, inside voices. Love it.
Here we go.
Episode name, Parvati is Waifu. Yes. Yes, I definitely agree. You leave my waifu alone. Oh, okay. She's just charging right into things. Even though she's quite low on health. Yeah, I really should take cover. I'm very low on health now. Ah, and he's down. Ow, that really hurt. Oh no! She went down! Party's down! No! No! Oh, it's okay. Oh, she gets up after combat. Oh. Oh, phew. Oh. Okay. It's okay. Retrofitted heavy power armor. You're the reason that Parvati went down. That's what you get, hurting my Parvati. We need that health. Okay, so range. Let's bump this up to 50, so my handguns is up. I really need long guns to be up as well. Put some more dialogue in, because intimidating is fun, and... Let's put more into stealth. Apply. Perks. I get perks now. Ooh. Yeah. Does Parvati get any perks yet? No, she does not. However, me... +5 to heavy weapons, 16 armor, and -5 to stealth skills. Oh, and that looks nice and chunky. Yeah, I kind of like this. What's your armor, Parvati? 7? Have a 9. Oh, and her appearance changes as well. Even better. I think the major thing is with companions is if you're playing on the hardest difficulty level, then they are down for dead. Moto intensifies. Oh, this is a very tough little box. But having some good.
I wish I could do that. What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I want.
Just don't make any trouble.
What do you think you're doing? Whatever I want. Okay.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
What? You sound confused, or possibly unscrewed.
Only thing unscrewed around here is the head of that marauder you took down. Never seen moves like that outside my serial dramas. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I'll be back. Because I remember she's part of a quest that I haven't actually activated yet. So, I don't want to screw the quest up. Which I will do if I keep talking to her. Yeah, she is a moto. I mean, to be fair, you've seen what I look like, can you blame her? But no, I have Parvati. Parvati is all I need. I think I've just gone a plasma rifle in that. Which means... Hey Parvati, how's your skill with... She doesn't actually have skills on it. Oh no, there she is. Persuade, lockpick and engineering. Hey, would you like a plasma rifle? No, you wouldn't, because it's an awfully damaging... There you go. Have a shotgun instead. Oh, to be fair, no, have a plasma rifle. Take a plasma rifle and keep your shock hammer. Oh dear. Oh no. I heard that going off far too late. Ah. At least, you know, it's a realistic sound dulling effect when I've stepped on a landmine. So do I, Moto. I hope we can keep Parvati around the entire game. I believe you can. Like, if it follows the same logic as the Fallout games and other stuff like this, there's no reason why she won't be a permanent companion. Ooh. I have the drop on there. In the face.
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
Oh, her encouragement is so heartwarming. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so there's a bit of a scuff up between the marauders and the local wildlife. Well, to be fair, it could be argued the marauders are the local wildlife as well.
Easy.
I'm tempted to give her a light machine gun now, because that would just be funny, I think. What's the light machine gun's damage? 320 DPS. Yep, you're taking... Okay, she really looks like a badass now. That's just amazing. More Daka! And she does not seem to care that the gun is almost as tall as she is. Not in the least. It actually really reminds me of a smart gun from the Aliens movie. Especially with her holding it like that, even if it is now clipping through her leg. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. It's clipping through her leg slightly. But it's fine. Parvati Waifu does not care about leg clipping. So we have me and my slightly less than normal mains acquired power armor, and we have my waifu in normal armor, but yet now she's got a heavy weapon. it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice, that really makes it seem like it's inferior. I know they've probably went for trying to make it so it seems like it's not the best choice, it's better than the best choice, but they've just really, their marketing campaign kind of failed on that.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Oh yes, it's fine. I'm just going to loot that thing that you killed at some point. Oh, that's a nice gun. That's a nice looking gun. Talk.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for.
I don't know you.
Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide needs some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
What on earth is philosophical?
A Geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide.
All I need to do is confuse her.
Around my camp. Know that I got my sights on you.
Cool.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
We've all got problems. I just got shot into space. Trouble with marauders?
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
So that's strange. Upbeat, a little strange. Love Rizzos? Yeah, I met Zoe. She was in a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she alright?
You mean in the head, or...? She's fine, they were getting along.
Getting along? What? Sitting around a campfire telling stories? If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
I can definitely do both. I mean, yeah, I've already crossed off a load of marauders on the way. Right, looking at the time I've been streaming, it's about the 2-hour mark. I'm also probably going to be interested in getting some food somewhat soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the side quest of getting Zoe back here. And after that I'm going to call the stream there. So we've got a little bit more gameplay in it, but know that it's coming close to an end.
We got canid ribs, canid flank.
Same here, Moto. I do like the diversity.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Tell me this about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this cereal. Masked marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Yep, that's the little thing that you need to know. I don't think he's actually her husband. I think he just might want himself to be. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I'm always hated the cannery and don't think I'll ever have to look back on this journal years hence and can tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much Adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of Adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. I mean, that kind of is the definition of larceny. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you'll take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat, bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires, probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me, living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organised. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food. I got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some Adrena time too. Everyone loves Adrena time, even Marauders, right? I got odds those Marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of Dream Time before their eyes. This is going to be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story's just begun. I'm going to have a whole gang of Marauders at my back and call. Maybe you can score some Rizzos. I mean, give her props for trying. I don't want to steal the poster. I don't want to take her things. Does everybody know other journal pages? Could have sworn there were more. Oh well. I've got the information I need to convince her to come back anywhere at least. Oh, there's a box. Oh, it would be stealing. So that's not. Right, let's go get Zoe and convince her to come back. Then turn the quest in, and then toddle off. I love these scenic views. A lot of care and love went into this game, it's very clear. Let's hope this Marauder hadn't respawned. I honestly thought that pole there, I thought that was a Marauder.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Well, we can be the first, Waifu. There's Zoe.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Should go back to camp. People are worried.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
Stefan's planning to surprise you with that.
Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of the Masked Marketeer? Why didn't you say so? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
There we go. Now we go and turn that back in and run all the way back. There would have been a lot more to do on that quest if I'd gone to the camp beforehand. But it's fine. Adelaide McDevitt. Interesting name. Right, yes, you.
What is it?
Okay.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
I already told you.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe.
I already told her that when I first
spoke
spoke
to
to
you.
you.
A barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble.
Give me a gun.
Let me know if I can do something for you.
Give me a gun. Okay, give me a gun. Oh well. Okay, well. As of right now, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Again, it has not felt like that whatsoever. I've immensely enjoyed this game, and from the look of the chat and the comments I've been getting, so have you guys. So yeah, I'm going to delay my Doom series streaming until after I finish this, and this is going to be my next main streaming game. I'm going to put up a few polls here and there to determine your choice for what is going to be the next Freedom Friday. So you've got a week to decide on what you'd like me to see next Friday. I am going to be taking a day off from streaming tomorrow to catch up on a few other things, but I will be back streaming more of this on Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have, and from me and Parvati, the waifu, it's goodbye, and stay safe everyone. Bye bye.